All right, everybody. So here's a Honda GX25. It's a FG110K1AT. And this thing is having some running problems, the customer says. So we're going to fill her up with some fresh fuel. We're going to check the oil, and then we're going to give her a pull here.
You know, if it breaks or something, nobody can get any help.
I'm going to give it a little bit of a prime with some starter fluid, see if I can help it start. All right, so it fired off, so that tells us that it burnt off the starter fluid that we gave it, but it's not picking up its own fuel. So we are going to put a new carburetor on this thing. We're going to use a OEM carburetor from Honda. And we're going to see how she sounds after that. If you've never done this before, take pictures of the cable, take pictures of the fuel lines. That way you remember where everything goes. It's all pretty self-explanatory, but I've put those lines in the wrong place before, and you'll see here I'm going to struggle getting the new carburetor on because I think I made a mistake. So get those two lines off, get the cable off, and the carburetor should be free. And this cable only goes into that top of that carburetor one way. There is a larger side for that cable end to fit into. That cable end will not go into the other side if that round piece is flipped around. Here's the new carburetor. Old carburetor is out of here. Get the fuel lines on. I also verified there's no damage to these fuel lines. They're not stiff, they're not cracked. There's no holes in them. These fuel lines are in good condition still. So I'm going to reuse them. I believe that black fuel line is the fuel line, and the clear line is the return. And I'm going to pump up the primer, and I'm going to struggle here. It will not pump up full of fuel. I pumped this thing probably 50 to 70 times off camera, and it will not pump up. So I'm going to scratch my head. I'm not sure if I got the lines hooked up wrong or if there's a clog inside the fuel line. Fuel line looks good, no holes in it. And put that thing back in there. I'm going to keep pumping and just hope for a different result. Still nothing. All right, lines are coming off. Gosh dang it. I got the customer watching right behind me. Seems like I always struggle when the customer's watching. It's just how it goes. All right, I'm gonna pump this thing. I see fuel shooting out of the return. So it's working. It's got a little fuel in there, but it is not pumping up that bulb. And that's a problem. So I'm going to pull this filter off, shoot some WD in there, and see if I can get any fluid to pass through the line. So I'm not sure if it's clogged or not. Now look at that, the line's clear, no problem. So the fuel line's not the issue. I'm going to shoot some WD into this filter, and it seems like that filter is clogged. So I'm gonna put a new filter on it, see if we can get a different result. There's the new filter going in. Make sure it's in the fuel there. Carburetor back on the lines. And I pump it up here. I don't think I get it on camera, but it's functioning now. Primer bulb is working just fine now. So, clogged fuel filter, it's not super common, but it does happen. Don't forget this O-ring or it will not run right. You'll probably suck a lot of dirt and sediment into the engine. It'll ruin it. Okay, this air box is a problem because those studs are not stiff. They're not rigid studs. So every time you try to put this air box base on, these studs just push in to the head or into the block. And then you don't have enough room to get the nut on, and so you're gonna watch me struggle a little bit here.
Yeah, I should put that.
Oh, nope, taking it back off. Forgot the darn cable. Get the cable on first before you put the airbox on. Make sure you got good slack on the cable in the idle position. And I do. Everything looks good. No need to touch the idle screw on the new carburetor. It's already set up and ready to go from the factory. Make sure you get that breather hose on. All right, here we go. Let's see if it works. Leave the choke on for a moment. Give her some throttle here. Fantastic. Another happy customer. Yeehaw.